We are at Capital KOA in Maryland. Right?
Yep.
All right, so we are currently in Maryland. We've been staying at the Washington, D.C. Capital KOA, but it's actually on the Maryland side. Leaving tomorrow, actually, we're headed to a harvest host in Pennsylvania. Then we're slowly making our way to Lippert in Indiana, where I'm doing some schooling for about 3 days, doing some training up there. Evidently, they have a pretty good training class for technicians, so I'm gonna go check that out. Our new seats have been great. Didn't move during travel day. We didn't have to do anything special, and we did lay down this table right in between, and that was great. And then up here, excuse me, baby, our new little what's it called?
Coffee table?
Yeah, sorry. Our new coffee table's been great. We did have to move it in the middle in between both the slides when they close. But other than that, it's awesome. Will you show them how the top comes up like for a desk? So the top comes up like this for a desk, which is really great. Well, like she showed you. Since we did get rid of the table in here, we don't have a dinette, so we don't have an actual table anymore. This works great. And Winter is loving his new bed. Right, bud? Right. Alright, good morning. We are headed to Pennsylvania today. Like I said a few seconds ago in the video, that was from last night. We are headed to a harvest host in Pennsylvania. It's on a farm. We're going to be there for a few days, so we're pretty excited. I don't know if you've ever harvest hosted or not. Or I don't know if you've ever used Harvest Host or not. If you haven't, you should definitely sign up. This is not a sales pitch. I don't get anything from them. If you have not used Harvest Host, definitely check them out because they are great for overnight quick trips. If you want to stop somewhere, sign up for the membership. You spend a little bit of money at the place that you're staying, usually a brewery or a winery for us, and then you can be on your day the next morning. It's great, and they're always at awesome spots. So
and we've upgraded to Boondockers Welcome.
What's that?
We upgraded to the Boondockers Welcome and golf courses.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Boondockers Welcome, you can do multiple nights.
Multiple nights, and they're more like houses, right?
Houses, yep, and the one we're going to is a farm.
Is it a Boondockers Welcome?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, so I think Boondockers Welcome used to be separate from Harvest Host, like not even like I think they used to be two separate companies, but now they are one. And you can get a Harvest Host membership, and then you can upgrade it to have the Boondockers Welcome, which opens even more things. All right, so anyways, now that I'm off my Harvest Host rant, so we're headed to Pennsylvania today. We're in Maryland right now, Capital KOA. Nice place, very campgroundy.
Yep, and it's a 20-minute drive to Annapolis. I'm not sure where Baltimore is, but I think it's pretty close.
Probably
too.
just as much, maybe 30 minutes.
And then about an hour to Washington, D.C., which we did not get to do this time.
No, we did not. No D.C. this time. We were only here for a day, so it's just not enough time to go in D.C. and see everything. So next time we're up here. So the clothes hanging in my closet fall almost every time that we travel. Specifically like this one side that has all the heavier stuff, long sleeves and hoodies and whatnot. So what I'm going to try to do today is I took these, I don't know, elastic bands or whatever. I don't even know what they're called, but I got them from Lowe's a few years ago. Gonna go from side to side and just kind of put a little bit of tension on these hangers just to see if that'll help. Other than that, I'm kind of lost as how to keep these things from bouncing off. If you guys have any idea or any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to solve that, because it drives me crazy. Every time I've had a long travel day, I get here and my clothes are off. Not my clothes are off. My clothes fell out of my closet. I still have my clothes on when I get here, usually. Harvest host for the night. Crystal has hurt her knee. She's broke. She's broke. I'm gonna have to trade her in for a younger version. Look at this harvest host. Beautiful. This is in Pennsylvania. I think this is called Oak View Farm. Let me take you over here.
Rock.
In Slippery Rock. Go over here. Beautiful also. There's a pond right there. I don't know if you can see it in the video. And a plane flying above me. It sounded like it turned its motor off. It sounded like it turned its motor off and then restarted. All right, we're gonna get this thing level. So we had a water leak. My Gobi sensors were going off. Let me see if I can show you where it was coming from. So ever since I added this plexiglass piece right here in this wall, I can now get to all my stuff right here in a pinch if I need to get in there in a hurry. And then I also have my water pump in a little container, so if it does leak, it hopefully stays mostly in the container. But the leak was coming from somewhere at this water pump, although it's gone. But my water alarm was going off because the water was just sitting there. I can't really find a leak dripping from anywhere up here, anywhere really. So I'm just going to chalk it up to cold weather and pay attention to it. Which reminds me, if you don't have Govi water detectors, any water detectors at all, water detectors, I don't know why I'm blah blah, you need to get some. They are a lifesaver. This one was going off at the rest area, so I wasn't too concerned about it because I had no water on. There wasn't even water in the lines, but it has woke me up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning multiple times, letting me know that we have a huge leak, and it's been very helpful. So check them out, either Govi, I think Lippert makes some now. They're all over Amazon. You can find any of them. By the way, shout out to this little Predator 3500. I don't know if you remember the video, but it was about 2 years ago. We bought it on clearance at Harbor Freight, and it had I believe 10 hours on it. Now it has 240 hours on it, so over 2 years, which is not really that much. But that sucker, hold on, let me get here. That sucker's going strong, man. I cannot complain about this Harbor Freight. However, this Predator, the only thing I did do is I had to buy this little outlet, this little socket right here. And basically what it does is it gives the generator a ground, so then I can use my surge protector. Other than that, it runs like a champ. And because I know you all worried about Closet Gate 2024, it held. Nothing fell. Actually, the washer and dryer didn't even move either, which I've had an issue with, and I had to resecure it about 3 times now. But this little strap across the top, and then I tightened it right here in the middle, held all my clothes. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to do every time. Well, not really, but it's a nuisance. But it held, so I'm happy with that. So today we went to Pittsburgh, first time. It was pretty cool, actually. I thought it was gonna be a lot busier than it was, but the downtown area was really chill. Went to what was that place called that we went to eat? Primitive Bros or something like that?
Yeah, I got a Primonti Bros.
Primonti Bros. Evidently it's something popular to do in Pittsburgh. It's really good. I got a burger and it has fries inside of it, like in the burger, almost like when you were a kid and you put chips in your sandwich. And then Crystal got what'd you get, a roast beef sandwich or something?
Pastrami.
Pastrami. And it also had fries in it.
Well, their thing is it's bread, tomato, cheese, slaw, meat, bread, or something like. Oh, fries.
So I didn't get coleslaw on mine. She got slaw on hers, but it was really good. Other than that, we didn't really do too much in Pittsburgh. We went and drove around. We walked down the strip district. That's where we ate at Primonti or whatever the hell it's called, and then came back. But man, Pittsburgh's actually a really pretty city. I love the old buildings there. Alright, well, I'm sitting at a Love's right now, but I wanted to show you, I've got a check engine light. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you what it is real quick. I already know because I've been watching it, and it's happened for a few days now, and I have the parts to replace it, but let me show you on my scanner real quick. By the way, if you don't have this is a CTS 3 scanner for Chevys. This is a Silverado. Alright, so I got a trouble code of a P0673. That is going to be a cylinder 3 globe plug. And I have globe plugs in my center console right here. I bought them a couple weeks ago because I already knew this was going to be an issue. This light has already came on a few times. So I'm going to go ahead and replace all 8 so that way they're all good to go. I'm at 135,000 miles on the truck. No, yeah, 135,000. I thought I said 135. So I'm at 135,000 miles on the truck. So as far as my research has shown, I'm pretty much due. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace all 8. Hopefully I can do it at the campground today when we get there. It's not a hard process. All right, so I'm already in the wheel well. I've already replaced one of the glow plugs, but let me show you what they look like. So here are 2 bad ones. Well, one of them was bad. The other one I'm sure was going bad. See how burnt up the ends are? Look at that. And here's another one. Let me show you a comparison, just so you can see the comparison of the glow plugs. On the L5P Chevy, they're actually pretty easy. You take the fender well off. The nut on the end of the glow plug is an 8mm, and then the glow plug itself is a 10. That's it. The biggest part is you have to be very careful so these tips don't fall off inside of there. If they do, you're going to go fishing or you're screwed. Yeah, so I was in the water. I didn't do the sewer. Yeah, the sewer's not done. Another thing when you're doing this, wiggle the tip. I've already done it. I can't really do it with one hand, but wiggle the tip with these new ones just because you don't want this thing to break off once you're inside, because it's going to be a bad day. Go slow. Get it in there very gently and tighten it with your fingers is what I like to do. Tighten it with your finger a little bit, as much as you can. It's starting to get tight. Once you can't tighten it anymore, use a socket. Here's another helpful tip. Here's another tip. Get a reamer. This thing was $168 on Amazon. OTC glow plug bore reamer. Well worth it. You can clean out these studs in here. Clean out the holes. So it makes it a lot easier so you don't have any problems when you're putting the new glow plugs in. I don't think this has happened to us yet. We got to the winery early and they're closed. So we got like 2 hours we got to kill. What do you think, bud? This guy's been sleeping the whole ride. Now he got out, went potty, And now he's just chilling. Look at all that room he's got back there, all by himself.